Hey folks, how you doing? You know what time it is. It's time for the Waterloo Region trending show thingy that we do. So, we're going to be broadcasting live in about 5 to 10 minutes, running behind like usual. And hopefully we can catch up with stuff and take it over from there. Anyways, folks, stay tuned, alright? Show 2, Episode 22, Volume 2. How's UTA?
You can send it anytime. I'll go on after this song.
Cool. You cranked up, you know, right? Alright, you cranked up. Yeah, that works, yeah. There we go. It's okay, we'll write all that shit down. Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, that's not fair, bro.
Thank you. You want to do one more song or 50 seconds? 50 seconds?
Yeah, just want to make sure it was all fucking framed up properly and stuff, so let's get you back in your... Need to get you back in the key position. There we go. Alright.
Recording, so hang on. What?
What's that?
20 seconds?
Yep, I'm good.
Ten. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and... Everyone, we're live!
Oh my goodness, here we are once again! Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to pronounce to you and all those who are listening, Waterloo Region's weekly Trending Fandom Show. That's right, folks. We basically do all the trending live on the actual airwaves here and also live on the internet. And I'd like to thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Recipient, and I am the host with the most and everything else in between. The one, the only, and also keeping us in trouble, is the magnificent, the man that's always copied, never duplicated, Mr. Kennedy! There we go. So anyways, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. We're basically broadcasting live streams through CKMS, Sound FM, 100.3 on the FM dial. Plus, on top of that, if you wish to catch us in the Rogers box, you can do as such by dialing in at 946. So close, number one, we can almost taste it first. Anyways, if you want to be also tech savvy and also basically follow us on Facebook, you do as such at the Weekly Trend Fan Show. Type it in, find us up very quickly. Plus, on top of that, right now we're using our Ustream old channels here, basically www.ustream.tv/channel/Recept, and that's spelled RCEHOPPE, and you can actually see us live as we're doing what we can to put together another fantastic show. And if you're first time tuning in, thank you very much for actually taking the time and tuning us into your radio. And also on top of all that, I'd like to remind all of our old broadcast friends that we broadcast live between the hours of 12 until 2 every Tuesday. That's why they call it the Weekly Trend and Fandom Show. So there we go. So on top of all that, if you want to send us a tweet, you can do as such by going to Mr. Kennedy's Twitter, and that would be Ryan.
At Ryan_Kennedy.
There you go. At. There's the at sign, folks.
Yeah.
The at sign. For all those older fellas out there, that's the A with the circle. You know what I mean?
That's right. If you want to chime in, have any input you'd like to contribute, send it our way.
Yeah, that's
Go
right.
to the Twitter feed and we'll... Yeah, we want a shout out, request
We'll
a song.
credit the Twitter feeds like
Let
you
us know.
wouldn't believe. And we're here, as I said before, in the CKMS studios, and I can't believe how hot it is in here.
That's right.
Not because, both Mr. Kennedy and I are very sexy beasts, but bottom line here is that, my goodness, it's very hot here.
It is.
It's only March. Oh my goodness gracious. So let's get a...
What?
Ah, there you go. Something cold for the
relax.
folks. There.
Cool down. Yeah, it's beautiful weather out there. I think it's like, almost 22 degrees out there. Feels
Is
like
it 22
sure.
flipping degrees? Oh my goodness
Let me
gracious.
just check my handy dandy Android
Gadget.
smartphone.
There you go.
That's telling
So
me
smart to tell us what to do.
that it's 18 degrees on the dot right now.
And with the wind chill factor, that's without the wind chill, it's about like 22 out there. So there we go.
If
So-
you're jogging and you just happen to tune us in,
Or passing out.
hello to all you joggers or whoever out there enjoying the summer, playing us in the background, playing some sports, speedball. It feels like summer out there. That's
It
what I'm
already
saying,
feels
so.
like summer. I got this really sneaky suspicion because of our super mild weather that we had this year. It is going to be hot.
Yeah.
So hot, I think we might have to grab some female companions that are so hot that make us look cool. So that probably still isn't picking up. So we have our show today, and we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of this and that. And plus on top of it, we're going to be playing a poop tune full of
you say that on the air?
songs. Oh, I can say poop tune. Why not? It's all one word.
That's right.
So anyway, we're going to play a lot of songs today. One of the things I like playing on the actual show here is basically songs you won't be able to hear, through your regular other, radio favorite television / radio station / online performance shows. So on top of all that, this particular song wants to play. We're more than happy to spin it to you. Again, give us a tweet over at Mr. Kennedy's. That would be at Ryan_Kennedy.
Since we're so trending, use the hashtag Weekly Trending Fandom. Let's get us trending.
For sure.
Include it in your tweet. We'll definitely see it if you want to do a request.
Love us, Waterloo.
We'll see
Love
it,
us.
And we'll get you on the air. If not this week, definitely next week.
For sure. To let you know, we're going to have a more solid show next week. Why? Because we have a special guest who basically will be announcing later on the show. Plus, on top of that, I don't know. We sort of seem to, one of the few things I like about this show, which is absolutely fantastic, that this gives us an actual platform to talk about stuff, and every show is unique and special to its own. So it's like just going over and over again, and just the same old Monday, just us talking. So, Mr. Kennedy, what do we have loaded up in the Teletran 5000?
Well, we got some awesome anime tunes kicking back here, so you want to throw them to some?
Yeah, let's throw a couple of songs back here, and we'll be coming back as soon as we possibly can to let you know my name is Recepit, and this is what 12:15, and here are some songs for you. Spin it! That's awesome. It's on a chair with a fucking wheel. So what we're going to talk about first. I know we could play today. I gotta find it through YouTube though, but we could play the Sean Connell segment.
That's true.
Is there anything else through YouTube?
We have a request.
What's that?
We have a song request
Already?
today. Oh yeah, already.
How-
Yes, right. Oh my god.
What do you mean
No.
we're working? What?
So we'll announce it when we get back on the air.
Oh, good.
Sneak peek.
Sure.
So, that's not it.
We'll find the music online here.
I'm not down here.
No, I'm just a little bit. Do you want to play The Undertaker?
I haven't seen anything from last
You guys want to play The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H segment?
last night.
Yeah. We could do that. We could do a lot of things on it.
Play Raw over the air.
We could do that too if you want to. Sean Connell, I pronounced that right?
Colin.
Sean Connell. Oh. Two more songs?
Sure.
Chicken refrigeration. You wondering any wrestling stuff or something? Come on, spit it out.
SmackDown? Talk about Rock and Roll,
Oh, that won't work. Well, should we play the William DeFranco show?
What?
You know the William DeFranco show?
Who's that?
Yeah, I know William DeFranco. No, who would you like to play today?
Sorry?
Is there anything you would like to broadcast or play today? If you're cheap, do some else.
I'm already playing songs I have, so that's already just doing stuff.
I need to hop online there first then.
On which?
On school.com. Please need a chair. How many minutes do we have?
What days do you want?
Oh, that's good. No, it doesn't fucking change this. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. Let's get this fucking there. Stupid. Well, this is a very long box office weekend. Valor does not have a T in it. Remember that, kids. Is this what I think it is? This song? Maybe. No, it isn't what I think it is. So it was rival high schools. What's up?
You know what it is, right?
What is?
That song.
This song? No, no.
That's not like you've seen it.
I don't know, I'm just bouncing along there. Like, wow. That's kind of funny. Basically, my website, not a website, fan page I built for Frederick Twin Cinema comes up before the Frederick Twin Cinema website does. Are we? No more songs? Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Upper management.
We have up management there. When you let someone go, respect the show early. Almost better after anything else strong. They're kind of going, we have management early. So should we come back on after this?
Do we or do you want to?
Oh, do you want to after this?
One more song.
Sure. song going on there. Did you see Bound for Glory?
Bound for Glory. Victory Road?
Yeah, sure. That was
Bound for Glory was 6 months ago. Hope I've seen it by then.
We're sitting through Bound for Glory. What?
How's it even happen? Yeah, you know already.
We got a nice people from Spike. I'm sorry?
This makes everyone happy, I'm sure. Metal Gear Solid theme. It'll make a lot of people happy. Will I go on in 10 seconds or no?
Yeah, sure. You want to go your lunch?
Hey everyone, we're back live.
Oh, goodness gracious, I love doing this show. We're
That's
still
good to hear.
It's like, oh, by the way, we gotta go to air in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you mean 10 seconds? Yes. Oh, damn! So anyways, one of the things we're actually discussing about is our favorite restaurant. And one of my favorites of all time is Yee's.
Oh, wow.
They haven't quite paid our endorsement check yet for the show, but we're expecting it being paid in raw fish, which would make me absolutely hysterically happy in every way, shape, and form. Supposedly, they say that the sushi is probably one of the most healthy things to eat due to the actual elements that are involved, plus the actual seaweed that acts as oxygen for the actual blood, so forth, etc. But you know what? I think I have a yeast addiction. That's what I'm thinking of.
Well, hey, if you out there listening have a favorite Japanese restaurant, let us know.
Or just tell us what your favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
Tell us everything. We need to know. After all, who's going to get the government in check, if you know what I mean? Plus, on top of that, we're thinking about launching an actual website. We're going to call it Facebook. Facebook.ca.
The Facebook?
There we go. TheFacebook.ca. We're going to launch this so we can be in your computers eating all your data. So anyways, as I mentioned today, today's going to be a relaxed show, a smaller show that we're usually most doing just because, well, I've been sick for the last couple of days, plus on top of that, Mr. Kennedy and myself, we've been running rampant over the city, trying to launch some new, finding some new friends, getting some new partners, trying to get things together for the next EMC, which is coming up in January. But however, please keep in mind, folks, that this is only this is only, you know, what we're talking about now. We don't know if we're going to go full for YouTube, but however, we're doing what we can to push things into place. And on top of that, I'd like to invest over $8,000. You can do it such by contacting Mr. Kennedy's Twitter at Ryan_Kennedy. That's right. But however, we stopped by our control friends yesterday, and you know, that was quite the interesting situation. And one of the few things I want to talk about is something called chances. And you know, it's always interesting when you're working with other people and stuff like that. And you know, I was hoping that we would get some more, you know, positivity, but unfortunately, when it come down to it, we didn't. But the bottom line is that when God gives you lemonades, throw them back at God. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep moving forward in a positive direction, and everything should be fine in aspects. So, with that being said, is the reason why we have a small show, plus on top of that, I've been bedridden for the last 3 days. If anyone who's actually following the show, hopefully they could, hear the difference in my voice, because last month, I was talking like John Laurinaitis, general manager for WWE College Relations. But however, I'm feeling a little bit better now. As I'm looking out the window here, which I'm happy we have a window here at the CKMS station, the birds are chirping, the sun's out, it's 22 degrees before wind chill, so it's not that bad of a day. So anyways, one of the few things I have to go over really quickly here is that I have a thing for movies. And there's a lot of interesting stuff happening, but I'm going to bring you the stuff that's sort of trending with me right now. They are relaunching a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot, remax, and if I'm not mistaken, which I probably am, it sounds like Michael Bay is getting involved with this particular kerfuffle. After all, when you feed him one childhood dream like Transformers, there's so many other things he can screw up. So one of the few things they're actually releasing now is that they're basically saying that the turtles are actually aliens.
I've been hearing about this too, and wow.
So I'm looking at this going, oh my goodness, what are they doing? Are they
purposely? Nickelodeon has bought all the rights. They spent like $9 million or so to own it.
$9 million.
From any other company that had any licensing to produce Ninja Turtle products, but they.
$9 million. You know what? Here comes the funny part. If it hits number 2 slot for opening week or number 1, they're looking between $22 to $36 million in 1 week in North American release.
But not only is this new movie coming out, Nickelodeon is producing a new Ninja Turtles CG movie or animation movie that's going to be.
So they're doing 2 projects right now?
There's 2 projects in the works right now. A new television series, and then the movie that's coming out.
I see.
Christmas 2013.
Well, the funny. Yeah, sorry, go. Sorry.
No, but yeah, it's basically Ninja Turtle reboot, but again, the direction with the movie, I don't know how many true heart Ninja Turtle fans like ourselves are gonna like that. I find that a weird concept. I mean, they're from space.
They're space aliens that do the cowabunga that like pizza. How is this disturbing your childhood, Mr. Candy?
Deeply.
I mean, well, Optimus Prime with lips. Here's a good question for you kids out there. When do robots need lips? I think something kind of got missed, through all of this. It's a little hypocritical, of course, because Bumblebee always had human features going back and forth, but Optimus Prime had that little mask thing going on there and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyways, let's talk about some movie stuff. Let's talk about the top 5 trending movies. Woo! Alright, basic number 5 slot. We have Acts of Valor. I've been talking about this movie for several weeks now because it's still trending. It's number 5 slot. I personally hate this movie just because I think it perpetuates what's what I'm looking for here. It perpetuates negativity. As far as I'm concerned, I don't like war movies that much unless they're very well written. As far as I've heard so far, that had actual Navy SEALs that actually play these characters and stuff like that. I'm like, are you kidding me? So anyways, long story short, Act of Valor came out at a mere $3.73 million. Of course, number 5. It's been in the bottom 5 for the last little while, so they're making movies. They're making money. And so, at the number 4 slot is Project X at $4.4 million. And one of my favorite movies that came out that a lot of people don't seem to like, but however, because of the overcomplicated plot and development and stuff like that, all the things that make people go to the movies, that came in at a mere $13.6 million. The new Dr. Seuss movies, the liberal, moving, environmentally friendly, happy, orange movie everyone seems to really like, is the number 2 spot at a mere $22.8 million.
Wow.
And of course, my favorite movie, haven't seen this yet, it's commercials of course, is 21 Jump Street, coming in at $36.3 $3 million.
Hmm.
Overall, basically, it's very low in the box office.
Jonah Hill has been making a lot of movies lately, in my opinion.
Who's Jonah Hill? Sometimes I say stupid things just for the reaction. You know what I mean? But no, you're absolutely correct. He's making a lot of movies.
He's in a lot of movies. I think The Sitter, which is another movie he was in, just hit DVD.
Don't forget about Moneyball.
Moneyball was very successful.
Very, very successful. Didn't quite get Pretty Boy Brad Pitt the actual golden little Noogie Award from the people that give those little awards away, called the Oscars. But however, there's always next time. Hopefully, unless he dies in a car plane accident. There you go. Brad Pitt will die in a car plane accident, kids. You can mark this on your calendar, okay? You can actually balance your checkbook with that. But however, no, you're absolutely correct. He's doing all over the place. He's losing weight. He's looking good. He's gonna be around at least until the 70s. Yours truly, I don't know. We'll be checking out when we check out. You know what I mean? But however, one of the few things I would like to advertise as well, put out there, is that remember to support your local independent theater. The big box office people, when it really comes down to it, they live in a monopoly. They do not need your money. They do not need it. Go support the local independent theaters, and one of the few theaters I love to support as much as I possibly can is the Frederick Twin Cinema, located at the Frederick Twin Park Mall. And basically today is Tuesday. That I call it double down tuning, which is basically for 2 tunings, $4. You can get into the movies. Where else are you going to find that? And also on top of that, even the big box office has their $5 Tuesday special, in the case may be. The local independent theater people, they sincerely need it. And plus, what's currently being played there is the new Dr. Seuss movie, followed by John Connor. So I would highly recommend seeing both of these movies because, after all, number one, the number 2 and number 3 spot, not too bad. And on top of that, it's shot in 2D, so it'll be 8 3D movies. That's when you see them. Plus, on top of that, coming soon to the Frederick Twin Cinema is Hunger Games. Kennedy, what did you think about this particular movie? Do you like it?
I haven't seen the movie yet, and I haven't read the books, but all the buzz and excitement makes me want to go out and see it when it comes out. So
what buzz? What trending buzz are you currently hearing?
Just at conventions, on Facebook, I just hear a lot of people that really enjoyed the books, and it sounds like the movie's going to be a real hit.
Really interesting, because I'm looking at this kind of going, really? But of course, you're talking to an old sea dog when it comes down to movies. Like you're talking to a guy here who remembers seeing Omega Man as an example. Plus, on top of that, Logan's Run, and also Soylent Green, other movies like that. Fantastic cult hits, you know what I mean? And one of the few things, like put a cheap plug out there, because I'm always cheap this way, is there's a fantastic independent video store located on Queen Street, downtown core of Kitchener, called Far Out Flicks. An absolutely fantastic independent video store. Head on down there. Prices are extremely reasonable. The people who run it are extremely fantastic. Tell them that both Mr. Kennedy and Recep sent you, and they'll fix you up real nice in their basement. They have the biggest selection of horror movies within the region. They have a fantastic anime selection. They have a wonderful animation selection. And on top of that, they're always bringing in new movies. And one of the few things I always like talking about Ralph, the guy who owns it, is that he's always saying, well, kids see this everything online, which is impossible because he has movies that he can't find online. So, which is absolutely true. So the thing is, if you can, hit on down to Far Out Flicks and don't be a terrorist.
There's still quite a bit of VHS movies.
There
that
is!
Have never gone
I love VHS! You remember our good friend, Mr. Torn?
Yes.
He is a VHS fanatic. And the thing is that, how old is he? 16 going on 12, something like that? But long story short, no, the thing is that VHS is still clicking with the kids. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. I personally think it's the vinyl of that particular age demographic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, well, we could hear this, and Blu-ray 1.5 surround sound, or we could watch it on VHS. VHS, woo! As a matter of fact, one of the few things I always highly recommend is this fantastic piece of anime that I've always been happy with. And one of the few movies actually I remember watching that got me involved in the whole animation aspect of things, which is called Akira. And absolutely fantastic flick. But however,
changed my world.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I highly recommend people watching it is watch it on VHS. Why? Because when they came out with the remix version, um, they literally redubbed all the voice acting that was part of it, and they took all the kids from Digimon and put them on this. So we're like, oh, this is horrible. Plus, on top of that, they also re-digitized all the colors. So everything that was sort of like a saturated red, but that made the film look gritty, they made it more pop and more vibrant. So you're seeing purples, you're seeing pinks, you're seeing yellows. It's like, oh, what is this? Ew! Because I'm so used to watching this, VHS tape. It's very gritty. It's not sci-fi any way, shape, or form. It's like you pop into the VCR, you got your television speakers, and that's it. And you're thankful for that. But the bottom line here is, folks, I really, really love the grittiness the VHS had because you got the crackle and everything else like that. And the reason I like it so much is so like, picture this not happy-go-lucky, picture this future society that this movie is obviously based in. And then from there, it's all coming apart. You have this saturation of colors, you have this grittiness that's behind it, and it's absolutely fantastic. In my opinion, it's sort of up there watching Blade Runner, as a matter of fact, because the thing is that Blade Runner is an absolutely fantastic movie, folks. And if you don't know what Blade Runner is, I would highly recommend watching it. Again, go rent it at Far Out Flicks. Do not use Netflix. Why? Because they're poopy. Bottom line here is that if you actually go down to Far Out Flicks, they'll have this movie. They'll have the director's cut, the special edition cut, the 5-minute extension, everything else like that. But the thing is that before this movie came out, there was nothing like it in cinematic history. Nothing. It was awesome. So the thing is that when I'm going back to Akira here, coming full circle.
Let me just add one thing. I think
What?
The newer dub is more faithful to the original script, but if you do want to listen to the dub that Receptacle is talking about, I believe it's a streamlined dub. So make sure to, when you look for it, streamline is the keyword to use, and then
because the production company was called Stream. Was it called? It wasn't called Streamline, was it?
I believe so.
You think so? Well, we can check it out after the break here, and we'll have a look what's going on there. So yeah, again, kids, the thing is that there is a certain organic quality about VHS tapes that I've always liked. And the funny thing about VHS tapes, unlike a DVD or even streaming, it can be, it has a shelf life. Like as an example, if you don't watch the tape enough, and you put it in a bad area, it can get moldy and it gets destroyed. If you watch it too much, wear and tear, and you have to buy a new one. And the thing is that one of the things I always highly recommend is that you have to have a cycle that's going on. So if you have like a compact disc here that does nothing because it doesn't do nothing, that doesn't deteriorate. There's no collectability. It becomes landfill, children, landfill. And to make it even worse, if you buy it online and stream it, you have nothing to hold. So it's like, kids, what are you doing? And on top of that, if you're just selling air for the internet, all of the other independent retail stores go out of business. Like here's the best example as we're speaking. Mr. Kennedy.
Yes.
Do you remember a video chain store called Blockbuster?
Oh yeah.
And what happened?
Quite a few locations.
All over the place. I wasn't a big fan of Blockbuster because it was American conglomerate, but however, they done what they could. And what happened to Blockbuster, Mr. Kennedy?
They just couldn't compete against the new online streaming services.
That's
such
right,
as
Netflix! And here's the funny thing about Netflix, and we talked about this, of course, through different episodes and so forth, but however, it's worth mentioning once again. When Blockbuster went out of business, Netflix prices went up.
Yeah.
Wasn't that just the honest filter? But however,
is it still standing? Is it still?
Oh, it's
still good.
It's just got my foot pretty thumped
Okay.
right now. It should be fine. We'll buff that out through the commercial break. But however, to move forward with stuff here, prices went up. And also, here's another thing about VHS tape, kids. And you can actually take this to the bank. You can do your internet research on it in case you need. There's this unfortunate, very, how do we say this in today's terms? Oh yeah, sad-faced bill that's being currently looked at and quite possibly passed, called Bill C-11. What this bill will allow the government to do, besides of a whole bunch of nasty things, is that the police can actually search any particular computer device without the actual aid of a warrant. So the thing is that if you're looking to lessen your digital thumbprint online, VHS tapes, huh? Can't track that, if you know what I mean, because there's no computer in there. Well, there is a computer, but the thing is that it doesn't track stuff. So, while people are going to Netflix and using their TV and stuff like that, remember the government will be able to look through your computer shortly, your television, your actual PVRs and stuff like that. It's just going to be more of a headache than it's worth. And hopefully, our friends over at Far Out Flicks will be able to pay rent for the month. Maybe give us a free video every once in a while for all our constant plugging we do for the store. But however, one of the few things I can put out there, my friends, is that please note how your actual own digital thumbprint and what you're doing. And also, please keep in mind through Facebook, which is something we use a lot. Remember, one of the terms of service is that any police officers ask for any information, or businesses for that matter, they are obliged to give the information over without the actual aspiration of a warrant. Some people might say, hey, you know what, that's not bad, that doesn't bother me. But here comes the funny part. Let's just say you're a local voter, or someone who's actually liberal-minded. And let's just say you're going, door to door, company to company. And let's say you start hitting the bigger companies, and all of a sudden you find out that particular company happens to be, how can we say, more conservative versus liberal. What they can do is go to Facebook, find out your information, and basically decide on your actual political views if they're going to hire you or not. Some people know this, some people don't know this. Not very good, if you know what I mean. And the thing is, there's nothing we can do to stop them. But however, the best thing we can do is just simulate the information and put it forward as best as we possibly can. But however, again, I'd like to actually allocate one more time, as I'm hoping that our listeners are not being terrorists and are supporting their local independent theater scene and their local independent merchants as well. And once again, at Frederick Twin Cinema, they're playing Dr. Seuss and John Connor for a mere $4. And also, when you buy popcorn over there, you don't need to take a second mortgage on your house, you know what I mean? So everything is extremely price reasonable, price managed, and just, go out. Go outside, enjoy this weather, go to your local favorite independent theater, watch a movie, throw a couple of bucks, make sure that things are working, keeping things in check, and yeah, fun stuff. So,
That's right.
not too bad, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also talking about independent services, there's a new publication.
Is there?
Week 4 right
What's
now.
it called?
It's called the Uptown Reader.
Oh my gosh!
So if you
show it to the camera.
Yeah.
Bring our. Look at this old school graphics. Down. There we go. Ta-da! No. Bring it in. Bring it in.
What would you like to see?
Down.
Down.
Not up. Down. Stop. There we go. It's called the Uptown Reader. And if you're tuning in to our actual live stream right now, again, that's www.ustream.tv/channel/Recepit, and we're just showing the logo right there. Perfect graphic. Thank you, Mr. Candy.
Yep.
And what do we know about this little particular publication?
Well, basically, if you head on down to your favorite coffee shop, it's in 55 different locations in the Uptown area, and it's also spreading to Kitchener and soon Cambridge area.
Like a virus.
If they don't have it, just go up to your counter and say, "Do you have the Uptown Reader?" Sometimes, they might not have it, but let them know you do, and tell them that Recepit and Mr. Candy sent you. If you're looking for some good, good reading while you have a nice coffee or tea.
Yeah, the thing is that it's a new publication. They're still growing their legs, and the thing is that here at the actual show, we fully support it. Not because even it's advertising, but we support this particular mega. We support this particular. We're going to call it a newsletter for now to actually really start growing its legs. Okay. They're doing a lot. They're doing what they can. First-time publishers, first-time printers. It's 17 by 11 piece of paper, folded in half. It's 8.5 by 11. It covers recipes. It covers movies we're watching and stuff like that.
Recipes. Just a little bit of everything that can catch anyone's attention.
Yeah, and it should be interesting how this magazine grows, because on top of all that, very humble beginnings. And the thing is, if anything is printed in physical print, I support 110%. And who knows? Maybe this publication may surpass the Velvet Rope. And for people who know that, it's a publication in the general area that covers, I like to say a small percentage of the community. What I mean by that is that I don't think the community is more than just music, because there's also people who do gaming, people who do costume design, people who get the whole geek culture / fandom culture, if you know what I mean. So the thing is that this particular small publication covers more than just music, and I think it deserves a shot. Plus, on top of it, tell the people at home, my good friend, or watching through their handheld device, or seeing us on TV, or basically seeing us on Rogers, or hearing us on the radio, how much this costs.
It's absolutely positively free.
Ta-da!
Just come on in to your favorite coffee shop, Ask for the Uptown Reader. New issues come out every Monday and Thursday.
So it's printed twice a week then?
That's right.
My goodness! How's that for an independent feature, huh?
Mm.
Not bad.
And if you can't make it down, you can actually read a virtual copy on your tablet
Oh,
or PC desktop. But it is available to everybody
in print.
On www.
Support the print.
Of course. Pick one up at your favorite coffee shop. But if you can't make one down, if you're in the Cambridge, Guelph area, or listening around the world, you can read it at www.uptownreader.ca. The latest issues are always posted there. And if you want to contribute, writing a movie review or anything like that, or they're always looking for editors, send them an email. Get your work out there, right?
Get out there.
But it's a very cool new publication newsletter, and definitely check it out. The Uptown Reader.
Yeah. If you don't mind, Mr. Kinney, can you cue the graphic one more time for
Yep.
watching on the Ustream there?
So just keep your eyes peeled.
There you go. So once again, we get the graphic cued down a little bit. Perfect. There we go. So you can go to Uptown Reader, have a good look. Again, it's I believe the web address is www.uptownreader.com or .ca. .ca. So basically, there we go, and have a look at that. So that will complete this particular segment, and let you know it's about 5 minutes to 1 o'clock. And I said before at the top of the show, this is a 2-hour talkie show, all things trending in fandom, plus on top of anything wants to follow. Please drop us a quick tweet over at Ryan_Kennedy on the Twitter feed.
And use the hashtag Weekly Trending Fandom.
That's right.
So we know it's about the show, and let's get the show trending, because we're here every week, and we're here to cater to your geek needs.
Geek, fandom, nerd luscious delights, and other stuff like that. Mm. So, Mr. Kennedy, I believe we were talking very briefly that we have an actual song request.
That's right.
We do?
Another song request from one of our favorite listeners.
Who is it?
Jessica Hernandez.
Jessica, do I know her?
Yes, we do.
I do? Awesome.
Friend of the show, friend of ours. She requested another great song from another artist, and that song, let's pull it up here.
On the Teletran 5000. We're going to make like little plushies of Teletran 5000. We're going to sell them for $2,000 a piece.
One of her favorite bands are called 2NE1.
Okay.
And the song is called I Am the Best. So,
really? Wait a minute, I'm the best. Wait a minute, you said you're the best. What? We're Colangelo, oh my gosh!
We're all the best. The best in the world!
Woo!
At everything
it's lottery time!
That's right. So with that, let's throw it up on the airwaves.
Hit it!
For everyone to hear, and hope you all enjoy. Thanks, Jessica. Jiggy with it. She has awesome taste.
She does. I'm all over that. That's pretty much it.
Oh my god.
You have time? You have time? No, I said you have time. Come on, just do it. You have plans for today? You have plans for today?
I got no Cambridge.
Oh, you really?
She definitely has a sushi meetup soon.
No, but I just want to take you out. If you're busy, we'll do some other. Talk about last week.
Let me see what she thinks.
Sorry?
She should be listening. Hey, Jessica, if you're out there listening. Hey. Hope we didn't scare you too much yesterday.
So after this, we'll play video. So we cover from this. Alright.
We'll come back to that. We have 30 seconds.
30 seconds? We'll play another song after this.
Play this after this?
This is very exciting.
Oh my god. Voices in the air, hear 'em loud and clear. Tell me whispers in my ear, nothing can compare. I just wanna listen.
As my bone turns the heartbeat, not only in my chest, but the heart in the street. So when they feel this, they feel me. But I can't feel nothing outside these great beats. I am from the city of evil, came from the bottom, standing on top. I was supposed to be my conqueror son. Exception shows me as a dead man walking, but reflection shows this kid still got it. Let it be known I got the throne like I don't know this guy's a kid. Never grew up around the family, cause I'm not a human being. And anyone of them other that's coming in my spot for the top, let them have it, cause when I leave, the whole world drops. Lace up, kill.
Voices in the air, hear it loud and clear, telling me to listen. Whispers in my ear, nothing can compare. I just wanna listen. Tell me
Let's play.
I'm in trouble.
Back all the time.
In trouble.
That shit.
In trouble. Tell me I'm in
One more song, okay?
trouble. In trouble.
They're all WrestleMania songs, so. You recognize them?
Oh yeah.
Recipe and cage down. Everything I'm
Recognize it?
play down. Like what is this?
Wow.
Very good. That's the only reason why I like them. It's like, maybe
Let me hop in.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing in my jeans is just fine. To the day car, my Rocky's movie scene. I'm on top of the world, look up and scream like this is me, this is chaos. Surprise on the puzzle without the nails. Do or die in my city, but clearly I never fail. Lost myself in the game when I found myself in a cell. Then I found myself
Shit,
in a
we logged
bed.
out.
I lost myself in a bed. They cannot miss when we steal. See
Where's the video?
Underdogs of the year, leave the boys in the building. What the fuck is this feeling? I'm taking this to the top. And when I leave, the whole world
Ryan, what'd you do?
kill.
Voices in the air, hear it loud and clear, telling me to listen. Whispers in my ear, nothing can compare. I just wanna listen. Tell me I'm in trouble. In trouble. In trouble. Tell me I'm in trouble. In trouble. In trouble. I am. Hey, I heard you were a wild one. Ooh, but took you home to be a woman. Show me how you do. I wanna shut down into the cloud. What you do? Hey, I heard you like a wild one, wild one, wild one.
Going crazy, foolish, stupid, all they go around is pumping music. I might lose it, blast to the roof, how we lose it, lose it, lose
Okay.
it. I don't jail tonight, you don't jail, we
That
all
one.
almost there, the right
That one.
vibe, ready to get live, ain't no surprise, take me so high, jumping no dive, surfing the crowd.
Percolating them.
So I'm down in the cell with a Playboy duck, they all get loose, loose, out the bottle, we all get fit in against tomorrow. Gotta break rules, cause that's the motto. Little shut down, 100 youth for my
Hey, I heard
song to past, present, future.
You play this one too?
There's a couple of really nice songs out there.
Party rocker, push your stopper, more shampoo, number one drug hopper. Got a hangover like too much vodka. Can't see me in temple knocker. So cool, no doubt by the end of the night, got me cold coming up when I make that move. Somehow, some way, gotta raise the roof. All black shades when the sun comes through. Uh-oh, it's on like everything goes. Wild rock baby to the freak it shows. What happens to that body is a private show. Stays right here, private show. I like a mundane, cause I'm in high pain. Dollar get thumbs up when it's champagne. My life from 100 if we hit fame. We beat it with the deal, we get insane.
Anything coming from the region we should advertise?
The events, Video Games Live in London, as a Girls Club. Video game segment, right? Sure.
Nice, Derek. Go.
Show you another side of me. A side you never thought you'd see. Everybody dominate you till you have enough. I really like the last time. I heard you were a wild one. If I took you home, it'd be a home run. Show me how you do. I wanna shake down the club. Hey, I heard you like the wild ones,
Yeah, there's some stuff I want to say.
Alright, let's go back on then. 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
10 seconds. Everyone, we're back.
Hey! So, what were those songs, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah, well, there are some WrestleMania themes.
Well, obviously.
So if you've been watching Raw or SmackDown lately, they've been playing
what's
to
a
pump you up,
SmackDown?
get ready for WrestleMania. So the last one we just played was Wild Ones by Flo Rida.
That was awesome.
It was a good one. And the
Very
one
good.
just before that was Invincible by MGK.
Hey, not bad.
So-
Also, speaking of a couple of cheap plugs here, especially for songs and so forth, did you know there's a really, really good independent record shop / CD shop right on Queen Street called Encore Records?
Oh, yes.
So the thing is that after throwing another cheap plug out there for the folks, if you wanted to buy any of the songs we're currently actually broadcasting, please, 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 do not download them from iTunes. Do not basically watch them. Well, you can watch them online, your heart's content. But if we're going to really spend the money and support the actual scene itself, stop by Encore Records. We'd be more than happy. Great bunch of guys. We're working there for so long. We don't have to throw them a plug, but however, since they're part of the downtown Kitchener core, you know, I thought it'd be kind of cool to throw a quick plug out for them and things that they have a fantastic selection. They've been around for so long, and you know, again, give them a try. So, anyways, so what we want to talk about now, Mr. Kelly?
Since we've been talking about, since one of our main things is playing music, and a lot of it's been video game music, Video Games Live is returning to Ontario
No!
this Wednesday
Really?
in London, Ontario.
Those lucky sons of bitches.
Yeah, that's right. And me and Recep had the opportunity to be a part of the last Video Games Live when it took place here at Center Square in Kitchener here.
And they loved you,
And-
Kennedy.
oh,
Oh my
thank you.
God! I think they took you back to that special room.
I think we both had a great time, and it's great that they're coming back to Ontario. Unfortunately, not Kitchener this time around, but in the future dates, hopefully they will be. But those lucky enough to live in London or in the surrounding areas, definitely check it out. I believe it's at the John Labatt Center in
John
London.
Labatt Center
So-
at the Hamilton. No, not Hamilton. Is it? No,
London,
I screwed that up
Ontario.
nicely. Or did I? Da da da! So, anyways, one of the few things I like to actually broadcast out there is that one of the few things that Mr. Ken and myself have is a fantastic a cord of communication. And one of the few things I actually like to put out there is that when artistic endeavors take place, communication is always key. Remember, people these days are battling a whole bunch of internal struggles, allowed to be, trying to make ends meet with actually paying rent, problems with parents, problems with schools, and stuff like that, or having roommates going into your room and stealing money from you, or being evicted from your place of residence, or misplacing your wallet, and stuff like that. And the thing is that from time to time, communications break down. But however, if people have a healthy relationship that both Mr. Kenny and myself have, we could talk about anything, we could fight about everything, and we could move forward with anything. And one of the few things I like to really put out there, and I like to squash this immediately, is that some people say, yours truly is difficult to work with. And I may have ideas that are basically not, how can we say, part of the normal, way of thinking. But what I try to do when I get involved with a project is actually think on how to make things work from any angle possible. And sometimes some of it may be good choices, sometimes it may be bad choices. But however, one of the few things I really want to put out there is that I do listen to people when they talk to me, and that's not a problem. One of the few issues that popped up in the last little bit is people go, well, Recepa did whatever he wants to do. So like, well, there's a couple of aspects behind this because first off, if you want to talk about a true partnership, excuse me, still getting over my cold, folks. I apologize. Is a true partnership is a two-way street. It involves everything, financials, decisions, and so forth. All the actual fantastic highs and all the fantastic lows. If you have individuals that are working with you that refuse to actually take up on those particular aspects, then they're not really partners. And one of the few things you have to keep in mind that if you're shouldering a huge project, let's say running a convention or so, and you're putting up all the money, putting up the contacts, you're signing all the waivers, plus on top if you ever had to go to court because you put up posters and were charged $1,000 for doing as such, and no one else is sharing that responsibility or the actual fallback from that, then that individual has the final decision on things. Now, if it's a true partnership, then the thing is that yes, then that's a problem with communication back and forth. But people saying that other people are difficult to work with, especially don't share any responsibilities like that, I think is extremely immature of who's ever saying that. Plus, on top of that, one of the few things I like to address is that there's a friend of mine named Carl that basically asked the following from some of my staff members, which, do you have the political pull to actually outvote Receptive? And here comes the funny part. If my staff members were 50-50 partners, and they did, of course, they have a full say. But one of the few things I'd like to interject here as well is that, quite honestly, I listen to my friends, my my peers, because if they don't, then they're not going to be working with me anymore, and they could leave because everyone knows how to use a door. It's always there. But the thing is, if I keep shooting them down or not taking their actual suggestions seriously, they're going to be feeling offended and they'll be walked out, and then basically the person who's running stuff loses all that fantastic opportunity. So I guess my retort to that is that yes, the people that work with me do have a voice and they do have their opinion, and I respect it and I ask for it constantly. And also on top of the link to put out there is that there is a major difference of running a club that's being sanctioned by the university, getting university dollars and so forth, and actually running a full-blown convention event. Two different creatures altogether. I personally thought that last night that was a little unfair question, and I really wanted to address it. So, Carl, there's your actual report from this truly. I'm not going to say his last name because, well, we're trying to keep things professional here, but I thought that was an answer, a question I should answer, and I answered it. But however, I'm getting into that little mode every once in a while where you get all down and depressed and stuff like that. So basically, we have an interview that we played with Sean Connell. I want to get his name right here.
Sean Connell?
Yes, thank you. I did say that right. Excellent. And this was actually from the Waterloo Comedy Festival that took place back last week. Was it last weekend? Or 2 weekends?
Yeah, it was like last Thursday, and this was a bonus interview we got. We had the opportunity to interview Brent Butt And Sean Cullen was also part of the comedy tour, and we snagged him to the side, and he had a lot to say to us.
So let's business interview, my good friend.
Coming to you live from the interweb, and right now we have the fantastic, the one, the only, Sean Cullen. Sir, thank you very much for coming to the show.
Please,
Say hello to all the internet peoples and stuff like that.
everyone in southeastern and southwestern Ontario.
Two heavies?
Southwestern. We're sort of in the middle of Ontario. Exactly. And I like the Rip Walking, actually the one
If they're
Oh,
listening, but
exactly.
The best thing
There it is,
industry.
representing. So anyway, sir,
Caption.
exactly. Something within the fingers there. So anyways, as we were talking about before, our show covers everything TV and being a comic, obviously what that's all about. And my first question is that how did you break into the business?
Well, I started off, it's actually 25 years ago, in about a week, I was in a comedy competition at my University Pub at the University of Windsor.
Really?
Corky and the Juice Bigs, the three of us entered, and we won our heat and lost the overall contest.
I dig it. And then from there, how did
We started doing open mic nights at Yuck Yucks in Toronto, and then they gave us a job almost immediately, and we started touring, and we toured across the country doing all the Yuck Yucks for 1 year. And it just wasn't, the clubs just didn't pay enough to support three guys, so we started doing colleges.
I see.
And then we started recording some albums, and then we toured overseas. We did a lot of different festivals all over the world. Australia and Britain, we played in Europe, all over the place. And then finally, I went my own way about
16 minutes.
1998, and started doing my own
That's not bad. 25 years in, you're still working for the business. Fantastic. I've seen you on TV.
I got those before.
Does it tell the rest of the audience? Well,
Oh, well, I don't know.
When we'll talk about next
You
time.
people like comics and stuff like that, right? Comic books,
Of course.
etc.
Love comic books.
Well,
don't worry about it.
because I just got a job with Marvel Comics.
He's in line, tell the
What
truth.
do you do?
Marvel TV.
Marvel
The
TV.
TV division, and what we do is a friend of mine from way back. I did an animated series. I write a lot of animation shows for kids.
I see. And which one have you done?
I've done the first one I ever did was one called Seven Little Monsters. It was by Maurice Sendak. A book by Maurice Sendak was adapted into a series for PBS and written down in Los Angeles. And the head writer at that time was Jeff Lowe. I don't know if that name means anything to you, but he used to write all of the monthly Batman comics. He would write the stories and Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum, yeah.
And all of those things. Halloween. Something about anyway.
It's only cool. Yeah, okay. Understand.
And he does a lot of stuff for Marvel, but he
Yeah.
eventually went on and became the head writer of Smallville.
Oh, okay.
And then he went
A little show called Smallville.
And then he wrote a show called, became head writer of a show called Heroes.
Okay.
And then,
I've heard of that show. It wasn't a bad thing. It was in a weird time
yeah,
slot.
he never told me that point.
Ah.
But he did a great show. He did that great show, and then we've always, we hadn't talked to each other in a long time. Just called me out of the blue. And he's now working for Marvel TV, all of their properties on television. And
Wow.
But there's tons of stuff going on. What he wanted me to do was, they have a thing called Marvel Mashups. And what they do is they take a terrible old show called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Firestar,
And Iceman. But it was fantastic when we were younger.
Oh, I know. What they do is
I
we
wish.
remove all the dialogue and
Yeah.
sound effects and everything.
Yeah.
And then we rewrite new scripts for these shows.
Oh, wonderful.
And they're used as interstitials on Disney XD.
Yeah.
And so I just did my first batch of those. That's quite fun. So Spider-Man, lots of fart jokes, and Iceman is really stupid.
Oh my goodness.
Stupid things. It's fun.
The most appropriate thing at the appropriate times.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Pretty fun.
So,
And so I did that, and I did a show. Right now I'm doing a show called Jimmy Two Shoes for Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Another one for YTV called Almost Naked Animals. I do two voices and write scripts. And a new show called Rocket Monkeys, which I'm doing with a great guy named Mark Eastaf, who's a brilliant producer and creator. He created Jimmy Two Shoes, and my co-star is a really young guy just out of Humber named Mark Edwards.
Yeah.
Who's excellent. We play monkeys who have a rocket.
the name of the show is called what again?
Rocket Monkeys.
There you go.
So we do a lot of different weird things, and and I write books for young adults. I did a series called Baby Checks,
Yeah.
and another one called The Prince is Neither Here Nor There, and I'm writing a new one called Dreamland. It's a standalone novel about twins and sisters who get sucked into a dream world of one of the sisters' creation.
I dig it. So here's another question for you. What do you feel about the Canadian animation industry at this point?
Well, it's kind of a funny thing because a lot of stuff, it's with a lot of television movies and everything like that. The animation industry is saying there are great tax breaks up here, so a lot of people farm out work,
Yeah.
like the grunt work,
Yeah.
Canadians.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great shows being. It's kind of a wonderful environment to create shows. If you want to get a show on television, probably an easier time creating an animated series, but not so much for adults. That's the problem. Like, there's going to be a new opening for that. There's going to be something like Adult Swim with the Cartoon Network, and
this will broadcast
intelligent,
excellent.
and they're going to work together, and they're going to make hopefully more adult-oriented material. And I've been working on a couple of shows with that in mind, with a company called Smiley Guy. He did Odd Job Jack, Don McKellar.
Yes.
I was on that a few times. So lots of things going on, and it's a really what I love about animation, especially in Canada. There's a lot of great minds creating it. And it sells everywhere in the world. I have young kids, so one of my favorite shows to watch, and it doesn't bug me. Caillou drives me crazy, but kids love it. But The Backyardigans is, created by Canadians. It's really most of the voicing's done in America, and a lot of the animation's done up here. But it's a beautiful, creative show, and that kind of stuff is only really happening in animation. That kind of comedy. So it's a great time in a way. It's always hard being from Canada because you have a small
demographic, small demographic.
And if you have a fringe,
large backyard, small.
Like Brent, Brent Hudbutt, who's not here right now, but he'll be here soon. He is he had a great hit with this thing that everyone could expect. And that's the only kind of show you get on TV in Canada. Either you're talking about the news, or you're in a small town talking about you can't do something about we're aliens and we try and hide in a grocery store. Yeah, that's about 40,000 viewers. In America, that might be 5 million. And it would be viable, but not here.
Pretty much. So here's a good question for you. Where do you see the Canadian, the industry overall leading up to?
Well, it's kind of a weird time because we're under a lot of pressure, I think. It's also from this government, too. The Harper government. It's always this thing, protectionist versus not protectionist. I mean, CanCon has done a lot of good things, and CRTC have done a lot of good things to create Canadian culture. The kids buy bands like Headley, and they buy Down with Webster, they buy these, in the music industry, it's been very prevalent. And not that I'm a huge fan of anybody like that, but it does nurture that. And it gives them a chance to actually maybe make some money.
I dig it.
And, and get their feet underway, and then you go and try it abroad.
And they grow legs and start crushing small cities.
That's what happens.
And that's what you need these days.
But it's a tough time because I think a lot of people think, I think it's kind of this no rules, and I think with the Tories, we're going to look forward to a time where, we're having a fight about internet. And who owns
Bill C-30.
Who owns that property on the net. And you go, why just because it's on the net do you think it's worthless? If I took a Ford Focus design schematic and put it on the web and said, build it yourself, or I started building in my backyard and selling it to people, they'd be on me.
It'd be over.
Because it's somehow, they don't see this multi-million, hundreds of millions of dollar industry, which is entertainment in Canada, as being exactly the same thing. And we never ask, we do get subsidies, but, usually it's good work that comes out of it. And we don't ever ask for $2 billion to get us out of a hole because we've been too stupid to avoid it. Because someone's going to bail you out. And we have to bail ourselves out. We're entrepreneurs. We're small businesses. And that's what performers and producers, we are contractors. And that's what drives an economy. Ask how many people in Toronto work in the film industry. It's a lot of people. And ancillary money comes down through that. And I think also if you you say that somebody's film is worthless once it's on the net, anybody can have it. Well, that is how we make our money.
No, I totally get it.
And I know it's like there's a whole generation of kids now who don't think that that's stealing.
Yeah.
It's just I got it, and that's fine. But yeah, I think something will come about where people realize it's cooperation. And
It's a larger
people won't
community.
exist without you.
Exactly.
And
if you give it away for free.
And here's the thing too, like now it's an environment now where the only way to be sure to make money is to go and perform and have a bag and say put money in the bag from the ticket and then go home. And that's the only way.
Please pass around the large money bag stack. We accept credit cards, debit cards, PIN numbers correct, of course.
So it's a hard industry, but I think it's thriving. So it's actually nurtured in the same way any other industry.
For sure, totally simple. So a couple more questions, and then basically we'll wrap up here. For a new comic to break into today's show business, what would you recommend they do?
Well, for any comic, the hardest part, I think, is to find your voice. You know how to take possession of the stage. A lot of comics you watch for 5 years failing and being nervous, and then they realize what they want to say. And it sounds like it's something obvious, like, oh, my jokes are what I want to say, but it's not. It's your persona, your voice. It's like what people perceive you as on the stage.
So basically, focus on persona, focus on voice,
focus on
stage presence.
Well, the one thing I think it's hardest for people to realize is that you own the microphone, you're the loudest guy in the room. You should have all the confidence in the world. You're on the show. And people pay to come see you. As long as they don't see you going, oh shit, there's something, they will go along with it. They want you to succeed. And there are squads who are always going to heckle or whatever. But they become less and less as you don't leave yourself open to feeling like, oh, then they jump on you. It's like a break.
Maybe.
Double duty.
Don't know.
And audiences want
It's the same
to succeed.
game.
That's the one
Double
thing.
nothing.
I don't think it's it's a conversation you're having with a bunch of people. And you're on one side or they're on the other side, and you have to respect that. And sometimes shows just go wrong.
Yeah,
They
no,
put
totally.
one horrible
And
way.
then done.
Yeah.
So to wrap up our interview here, we have to ask you one personal question.
I don't want it anymore.
What's your favorite TV thing to do? What do you do for fun when you're not traveling, making cartoons, talking to people at Disney/Marvel, and other stories?
Well, I read a lot of science fiction.
Excellent. What are you reading?
Well, I'm reading a book of short stories right now called Shadows Over Baker Street.
Excellent.
Collected short stories of different people writing about Sherlock Holmes, if we'd known about
From
the
Baker Street, yeah.
I've just been reading a brilliant series, a great book called The Rook, which is awesome. It's about British secret service that are like really magic.
M13 squared.
It's awesome, and it's a brilliant book. And the other one I love right now is Peter F. Hamilton, who writes some amazing, mind-blowing, epic science fiction, like in a sense, world-spanning, amazing crap.
Yeah.
So I like to do that, and I like to play Skyrim.
Skyrim. Everyone's in the Arrow of the East scenario. So, anyways, we're going to wrap this up a little early here, because it's good to leave on a good note. And thank you very much for your time and trouble, sir.
Thank you.
And again, welcome to the region, and we hope that you have a fantastic time.
I know I will.
Is there a website you wish to pitch or anything else?
Well, why don't you go to I tweet at Mr. Sean Cullen, all lowercase. And they're usually fun tweets. And I also have my website, SeanCullen.com. And you can check in with me there and follow my tweets there and stuff. And
just to wrap this up, when is your Marvel?
Well, I'm not sure when it's starting, but it's going to be on Disney XD. I know we've done 12 episodes. So we'll see. I hope it comes out in the summertime. They're really hustling it along. So, Marvel's done a great job of turning their crap.
Oh, exactly. We got Disney back in the month.
Well, but they had some horrible times. I mean, I think they've really taken, always Superman and Batman have done great. That's a money maker.
Very true. Spider-Man,
For some reason, those are. But Marvel's always been the weirder
True.
Superheroes.
Speaking of weirder superheroes, there's Avengers, the whole,
I'm excited by the Avengers movie.
I saw the second movie that came out. Oh my goodness gracious!
Is it awesome?
I
love Thor.
I usually don't
Give me the
geek out.
Thor.
I don't usually don't geek out. I don't listen to that going, oh, we're just showing the best. But like when I saw this, I went, I need to see it right now. I just had sex in my life. It's perfect. I highly recommend watching it. Hopefully Josh Whedon pulls it through, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I love Josh Whedon.
Well, Josh Whedon is awesome. No one can say nothing but
Firefly.
exactly.
I love that show.
There you
And
go.
Serenity.
Serenity the movie.
You know what?
I don't think
I did not
an
see
angel.
Serenity. I saw Serenity first.
Did you?
Before I heard about Firefly. And I was
Did
like,
you? Oh,
yeah, some
wow,
friends of
yeah.
mine were going, the Belleville brothers, who did a show called Local Hero about.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, what's it called? It was on the showcase. It's about
Okay.
Local Heroes, I think it was called. And Almost Heroes.
Almost Heroes. Yes.
About the comic book guys
Yeah.
who own a store. And we went together down in Los Angeles at the ArcLight Theater, and I was like, what is this movie? It's, I don't know, let's see it.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon wrote it, so it might be
It's gonna be
good.
bad.
And I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
And of course, when you saw Firefly,
I saw the whole series,
and it's
and
just
then I started watching Buffy,
yeah.
and and then you see, oh, he wrote Toy Story.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The crazy, wacky adventures of La La Land.
Sometimes they do well.
They do.
Yeah.
And
Not
then-
me, but sometimes.
Well, we all do well on our own.
Yeah, I know.
All right, then, sir. So thank you very much again. Thank you for coming on the show. And the thing is that we will send you a tweet once we will broadcast.
See you guys.
All right, folks. We'll talk to you more, and we'll broadcast more later on.
Right.
No!
Right.
Alright. Wow, so how was that?
That was bad.
From Sean Cullen.
From the man himself. So, fairly long interview. We're very, very thankful to have Sean on our actual radar there to interview him. Absolutely great sport of him. Especially supporting a little independent weekly trending fandom show we got going on here. So let's do some ID checks here. I'd like to thank everyone else for tuning in today to the actual Waterloo Region weekly trending fandom show. And basically broadcasted through CKMS, Sound FM, 100.3 on the FM dial. Plus, on top of it, when you stop by the actual station's website, you can do such by using your favorite internet search engine power thingy and basically typing in www.soundfm.ca. Plus, on top of it, when it catches the Rogers box or the Rogers network, you do such by dialing in at 946. Plus, on top of it, when you see us live on the interweb, you can do such by stopping by www.ustream.tv. /channel /recepit, that's called RCEHOPPE. Plus, the top of when it says a tweet, you can do as such at Mr. Kennedy's tweet, which is at Ryan_Kennedy.
You got it. And don't forget to use hashtag weekly trending fandom.
That's right. If you use it enough, then
It's
basically,
trending, and
I wish it may come true.
that's right.
So as I mentioned before, I'm sort of getting over a little bit of a flu here as I had as a program for the last couple of days. But however, we're here doing our show, which is absolutely fantastic. So, Mr. Kennedy, what do we have next on the programming block here?
Well, since we were formerly known as the comic book guys, we like to talk
Who are
about
those guys?
comic books. And there's actually a new, kind of a new Comic Con coming to Niagara Falls area. It happened last year, but they're coming back again for 2012, full force.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's taking place at the Scotiabank Convention Center on June 9th. So this year, so it's coming up real soon, and one of the guests that are going to be there, someone I know I'm very excited about, I don't know about you were excited, but Bret, the Hitman Hart,
Awesome.
is making his way down
The
to
Hitman!
So,
That's awesome. Maybe if we're lucky, maybe we can get like a quick interview
That's right.
for that old social chick.
but those that are fans of the Hitman remember his famous sunglasses
Pink
that
sunglasses.
he used to, when he came
Yeah.
down to the ring, he used to give to that lucky child, boy or
A
girl.
little boy or girl.
And I hope you hold on to those, because they're worth a lot of money today.
Are they really?
But recently, it's been 10 years since they've been out of production, but Bret Hart has brought them back, and you can buy them on his official his web shop on BretHart.com.
Interesting. So
In
Bret
fact-
Hart does have a website called BretHart.com.
BretHart.com. So if you go to store.BretHart.com,
Yeah.
you can buy them, and it's been 10 years out of production, and I mean prices to buy one have been high on eBay. But now finally, you're a fan of Hitman. You've always wanted your own Hitman shades. You can buy a pair at store.BretHart.com.
And I'm assuming that Mr. Hart is probably keeping things extremely manageable, so all of his fans from all over the planet could actually purchase these wonderful, wonderful plastic sunglasses.
But something else really cool I noticed on Bret Hart's store here is his daughter actually makes Japanese kimonos.
Really?
Which I find very interesting because
that is so
of a hobby to do. I mean, it's not really cosplay.
Hashtag kimonos.
Yeah. Her name is Jade Hart.
Alright.
And you can definitely check out her kimonos. They're actually very beautiful on the Hitman store. So just head over to store.brethart.com and click on Jade Hart kimonos, and you can take a look at they're for girls, but there are kimonos out there for guys. But if you're a girl, definitely check them out. They're very nice. So pink and black, pink and white. You know, Bret Hart colors, Hart Foundation.
Yeah.
Very cool, I thought.
I dig it. No, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. So let's see. Anything else we're adding on that? We talked about the convention that's coming up in that area. We talked about Bret Hitman Hart, not just Bret Hart.
If you're heading on down to the mall today, up to maybe a game store, EV Games, or anything like that, the new game title that came out today is the new Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
So
what is this game all about?
Well, you're a ninja.
Really?
You are ninja.
You're a ninja.
So if you like those crazy, just Rambo style, bloody, cut 'em up games, it's not really so much stealthy, but it's just going crazy on all your attackers. It's the game for you then.
Yeah,
so
I get you. That's not bad.
Tell them that I would say the comic book guys sent you, but tell them that you heard about it on Weekly Trending Fandom.
Yep, Waterloo Region's weekly.
That's right.
Weekly Trending Fandom show. Also nice. We're gonna say it twice.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty cool. So yeah, so we got all that hooked up.
If you pick it up, let us know on Twitter.
Yeah.
How you liking it?
Yeah.
You know?
There you go.
2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. Let us know.
Yeah. Also, on top of all of that, let's see here. WrestleMania is like 6 weeks away or something like that.
It's closer than that. April 1st. So it's on April Fools.
There you go.
But let's see here. 2 weeks away. Really.
2 weeks already? To the greatest extravaganza event within the wrestling industry?
Not this Sunday, but the next.
Wow, where does time go? So, we haven't really seen Raw yet, but however, that's not mine, because we're going to talk about something like this. Who do you think is going to win? Cena or The Rock?
Oh.
Prediction time! And we'll basically hit this up as we're talking along here.
That's a tough one, because, I mean, is
Remember,
The Rock coming back to
they had a
lose?
draw.
They had a draw? Are you talking about between The Miz and John Cena?
The Miz, I'm still out of work for WrestleMania. Yeah.
Well, if my memory serves me right, it ended up as a draw, but then The Rock came down and says, this is not how it's going to end on my show, because he was the guest host of WrestleMania. So he restarted the match.
Steroid version of Raw.
And The Miz retained the title. He may have been at WrestleMania last year. He doesn't have a match for this year, but I'm not no big deal to me. I'm not the biggest misfit out there, but the biggest misfit.
You friggin' misfit pants! Stop it! But it's gonna be interesting. I personally think that I don't know. I'm gonna have to see the last Raw to make a final decision, because what's going on is that this week. Just a little bit of a spoiler. There's a John Cena and Rock hookup, and The Rock, my personal opinion, walked away fairly strong. You know what I mean? From that match.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting how things are working forward, because last time we talked about this is that we need to have more confrontation between John Cena and Dwayne Johnson. You know, and they're finally getting. I'm not going to spoil it for Mr. Kennedy, because I know how much of a WWE wrestling fan you truly are. So we'll just leave it at that type of thing. So it's going to be very, very interesting, because that's something called the 20-80 rule, which basically works something like this. If the person who, let's say you got your 2 combatants, okay? The person who looks the best will lose in the pay-per-view. That's my 20-80 rule, because it works 80% of the time with a 20% factor not really working. So there's that chance in there, if you know what I mean? So it should be very, very interesting how that's going to turn out overall. So let's see here. So should we spin some more tunes here, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, cool. We're waiting.
We'll be right back.
So, how about this?
There we go.
So, we'll end it off with Holocaust, and we'll just backtrack from there.
Oh, we'll just play a few songs then. Showtime.
No problem. We got like 20 minutes, so.
I don't know. It's a song.
That's like 15, so. 5 minutes. Fun time.
Dance theme. Yeah, Street Fighter. The remix though.
So, as far as lunch then? For lunch then?
Do what?
Yeah, shit, I went to my place to put money up.
Oh, that's a good song.
Yeah, we just talked about Netflix, pick shit up.
Sorry?
I forgot my money was on Netflix. Forgot my money
Oh.
was on Netflix.
Well, don't worry about it. We'll do it next Tuesday then. That's a good song. Glad it's a good one.
I wonder whatever happened to the White Stripes. As you can tell, they broke up. And it was
White Stripes?
Yeah, White Stripes. That's Jack White right there. Very innovative man was going on.
Right there. Not writing down, no.
Should we cut it after this?
Okay. Holocaust, right? Is that right?
Pac-Man CGI.
Alright, we'll go back on?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
That wasn't bad at all. So what
How
were
did
those
it like
songs,
that?
Miss Candy? What do you think about those Pac-Man dots, huh?
That song was actually called Eat 'em Up.
Eat 'em up.
Eat 'em
awesome.
up.
Awesome.
Waka waka.
And what about the other songs we heard?
We heard an awesome song by Yumi Hamasaki,
Yep.
amazing J-pop singer,
Yeah.
and some other gaming anime tunes. We played a whole bunch today, so.
It's awesome. That Pac-Man thing was actually not too bad.
Lightens things up a little, you know?
It does. It does. And let you know we're coming to the 15-minute mark where we say adieu to everybody. But however, before we take off, there's this, speaking about cosplaying and stuff like that. This is fantastic cosplayer / media person known as Dr. Holocaust. And one of the few things we actually managed to do is that we found a YouTube video where it's something sort of his mailbag segment. He actually talks about, you know, him being like a supervillain and stuff like that, and his definitions and so forth. So I thought it'd be very interesting to play this on this particular segment. And Mr. Kenny, if you can basically patch us in, that'd be absolutely fantastic, man.
Go to the doctor.
The good doctors now in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Holocaust. This is the layer 2.6, and because I can't manage to find a layer without giant, gaping f***ing windows, my lighting is going to suck on a regular basis, and you're watching our 5th installment, Questions Friday. Alright, so today we have like 5 questions or so from one guy named K. Kaser. Bam. And we've got a couple of other questions from other people. We've also got some packages in actual mail. So we're just going to start off by getting through all of K. Kaser's questions, and then we're going to get on to some other things. And go. The first video I saw of you was your encounter with Dr. Insano and Chester A. Bum. You had a fight, but the camera cut away to follow their continued adventure. There. Jeez. What became of you after said fight, and do you now consider them friends, rivals, or are they no threat at all? Luckily, I had a handful of spare change in my pocket, and I just managed to get it out and like throw it at them before more bums joined in. During the scramble for spare change is when I made my getaway. As for a measure of them, I'm not sure, though I'd love to try and face Dr. Insano without his pack of ravenous attack bum. Second question, if you sat at a table of supervillains who are all your equal in order to collaborate a team effort, who would sit at said table with you, be they from the internet, comics, or movies, or whatever, and how would you choose a leader? K. Kaser, I did do a video a little ways back covering who I thought would be at my sort of like inner table of evil right here. Though the list may have changed by now, I'm not entirely sure. As for deciding a leader, that's hard to say, but I've said this before to some people, and I'll say it again. The mark of a true villain is not measured through the peak of their muscles, nor the depths of their intellect, nor the vastness of their creativity and madness. Simply, it is their ability to manage others. For on this earth there is no greater resource than your peers. Next question. Oh, see, now these are easy. What is your advice to villains who want to be evil but lack the intelligence, budget, or physical ability to be truly evil and who frequently end up being joke characters? What are some of the key examples of things not to do? What's the proper length of an evil monologue? KK, sir, I did a seminar called Evil 101 over here at Conji 2011. That covered the basics of street-level mayhem. It answered all of those questions and more in terrible seminar-quality video. Also, Evil 201, the seminar that we did this year at Conji, is going to be posting next Monday, so keep an eye out for that. Next question. See, now, this one was sent to us by Kate Kaser. There was a very similar question also sent to us, though, by Sasana-chan. So I'm just going to answer them both. What is your favorite kind of mobile evil base of operations, and do you have one? Examples are things like Technodrome, Death Star, Flying Island, back of a mega-sized sea turtle. Oh, the Technodrome. It's just the name. Just the name. Technodrome. Like, that's, it's got real juice to it. The fact that it was subterranean, ran on giant tank treads, had a giant, like, fucking Eye of Sauron on the top of it, like, that was awesome. Well, those were the days, weren't they? Technodrome. Or Shredder, that was a villain. Anyway, really, the best kind of evil base is a mobile one. They're hard to get into. Weapons on the base can be used to defend and attack if you move within range of stuff. They can travel above ground or underneath it, on water, underwater, through the air, and outer space. They can be as big as an island and as small as a house. And they look magnificent if they end up crashing. Favorites? I loved Howl's Moving Castle. That was awesome. If I really had to pick a favorite, though, I'd say Flying Castle. All the imposing architecture of the medieval era combined with the mobility of flight. Alright, so we're going to take a little break from answering emails to answer some snail mail. I got snail mail in my pocket, and I think it's starting to melt. Ooh, it's handwritten. This is fancy. Diggory, dear Dr. Holocaust, I'm glad to see you have the Warfront up and running again, as it should. That being said, and without much of a tone of disdain, you neither seem strong nor in shape. Yeah. As confusing as my request was, I would hope you at least took it to heart. I continue my travels far from Toronto, but my ears are wide-reaching. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one. I've heard many things that disappoint you, Doctor, many things indeed. Yet, that is for another time. I shall keep this brief, just as you are trying to overcome something far greater than you expected, so did I a long time ago. You remember. You were present. It is time you told the world of my greatest failure. It is time you informed them of the show2. The ninja. The ninja with a soul patch. Yeah, there was a time when the ninja and I faced off. That was a long time ago. What, do you think I stopped drinking this? I did manage to recover most of the footage from that fight. I think we can probably piece that together. Very interesting, Ninja. Very interesting indeed. Alright, so there you have it, folks. Over the next couple of days, we're going to be piecing together some footage from that fight that I had with Ninja back in 2010 at Con Bravo. And I should be able to bring that to the show within a couple of months. But the fight with the writer, I'm going to prioritize, though. I'm going to put that on the docket first. So we'll see how that goes. The next item we got is a box, like a package, that we've received from Vancouver, BC. It's in like a cutty box. I'm not necessarily sure what this is. So, yeah. Is it a bomb? Oh, look! Okay, wait. So, first we have a shark with a frickin' laser on it. Pull the tab out, activate said laser beams. Yes! I wanted a laser shark. Now, this is like the mark of a real, like, this is how you know you've made it as a real villain, is if you have a shark with a laser on its head. This is very cool. Oh, there's more. Ooh. Oh, a tie! So there's a tie with this delightful symbol. This is fantastic. Ooh, and it's silk. Now I'm gonna put this on. Okay, so this tie is nice. It fits, sort of. and you can't really see the design on at least on this vest. Maybe we'll see it on the next one. The major drawback of this is that it's a very wide, very long tie. I usually wear small, thin ties because I'm a small, thin fellow. This thing's like going down to my feet. I'm like a hobbit right now wearing a regular-sized tie. I like this. So anyways, that was from one of our viewers, Phoenix Black, who apparently lives out in BC. Alright, so back to emails. Hello, Dr. Holocaust. I was wondering about two things. One, how's your pain rate coming along? I hope it's going well, because some folks just need a good pain rating these days. And two, if you have the ability and understanding to manipulate genes in order to create raptors to originally do your bidding, how come you never used it to, say, bestow yourself with superior or mutant genes to gain a physical edge over your various rivals, enemies, or Drews? Your mentally unstable friend, Mr. McBucketpants. In answer to your first question, I agree, there are loads of people that need a good pain rating these days. It's not done because building the primary manifold from scratch is a fucking pain, and I've been putting it off. I'm looking to have it done for this year's Mad Science Fair at Ad Astra, which I think is in about a month or so, so we'll see about that. In answer to your second question, yeah, I manipulate genes. Why the hell do you think I'm sick all the time? Gene warfare is hard to develop without proper facility. As for personal enhancement, I've thought about it, yes. The ideal situation would be to achieve something along the lines of Albert, the world's biggest douchebag, Wesker. But I also understand that this is a world of balance. Just as Wesker gained power through genetics, he also had to take regular injections to ensure that he lived. By playing with the notion of genetic enhancement, I'm also playing with the notion of a severe physical or psychological setback. So it's slow work. I'm kind of better with hardware any damn way. And our last question of the day today. Dear Dr. H, are you really an evil doer? Technically, you say what needs to be said and do what needs doing. A lot of the time, you're just taking action to help the community you shall soon rule when nobody else will. Especially not the supers community. The only difference is that you don't wait for the red tape to clear. That and your wardrobe screams awesome. Well. Can I call you a super now? Always a big fan and hopeful soon to be a henchman. Voltaire Share 22. I'm gonna say this again. And I'm gonna say it real slow. Heroes change nothing. They are a group of people that, by definition, maintain the status quo and keep things as they are. They stagnate their environment. Villains, on the other hand, change things. For better or worse, they mold the world around them into something that makes sense to them. Something that they agree with. But you know what? Being the miserable pack of f***ing humans that you are, you hate change. No matter how good it is for you, no matter how many lives will be saved, or how much more safe the world will be, or how much more meaningful your insignificant existences will become, you resist! Why? It is because you are ignorant and afraid of the world you do not know, even if it's better than the one you currently inhabit. It is a natural human reaction. You resist change. And that is why I do not hold it against you. I will, however, drag you from that miserable pile of filth you call society to greatness, whether you like it or not.
Wow, we're back on the air.
So,
Wow.
there we go. Obviously, Dr. H having one of those really bad days, but however, making his actual, his intentions completely clear. So, is he a villain? Is he a hero? Well, folks, as they also say, a man is defined by his actions. So, put all that in perspective. So, as I said before, this show is broadcast from noon until 2 every Tuesday. My name is Reese Seppet, and we are Waterloo Region's weekly trending fandom show. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and rest assured, my good friends, will be trending again next week, same time, between 2 until noon, or noon until 2, because we want to look at it. Plus, on top of that, we'll also say thank you very much to everyone here at CKMS, Sound FM, and that's going to be it for us today. We're going to pack things up, head on home, maybe eat some sushi on the way, who knows. And thank you very much for tuning in once again. Thank you. It's been an absolutely wonderful delight.
Stay in touch throughout the week at Ryan_Kennedy on Twitter.
Yep.
Any questions, requests you want to send throughout the week, we'll play on next week's show.
There you go, folks. Anyways, once again, thank you very much for your time and trouble, and we look forward towards hearing from us again. All right, so let's cut it out of here. See you guys.
All right, see you next week.
All right, folks, we're done.